a show. It's a podcast show. Welcome to the Julie Cross Podcast Show. Empowering, energising and entertaining. Story time. There's always gifts in a story and a chance encounter. And yesterday I was taking Thomas to the train, and as many of you know, Thomas lives with autism and we're back at school trying to get into the new year, and it's been a bit of a stressful week, I've got to tell you. His new shoes have given him blisters, the train timetable was mucked around, the signals weren't working, a bus caught fire, his bus was late. He forgot his locker key. We had to run back and get his locker key. You know, did I mention that his shoes are hurting his feet? He's stressed. And so when he gets stressed, he takes his stress out of me. So, you know, we revisit the F word, gets used a lot. I'm a big penis again and get reminded about that. And so we're all a bit frazzled. So I say to him yesterday morning, Thomas, I'll take you to the bus station this morning and make sure that your bus comes. So we arrive there and then we get there and then he realises he's forgotten something else. So we have to do a quick trip back home. We grab that, we go back, we get there. I'm sitting on the seat still feeling very frazzled. He's feeling frazzled too and he's pacing with his sore foot and here we are waiting for the bus. And then she came around the corner and she was moving really slowly towards us and I could see she was an elderly lady and she sort of shuffled up and I made room on the seat as she sat down beside me. And she said to me, what bus are you waiting for? And I said, we're waiting for the 680. And she said, well, I'm waiting for the 696. And you see, she said, I can't see very well. And then I noticed that she was wearing a vision impaired badge. And she said, so I have trouble seeing the numbers on the bus. She said, if you see mine come, would you hail it for me? And I said, of course I would. I'm happy to do that. And so she sat there and I sat there and Thomas kept pacing and then his bus came and we got him on the bus. Thank you. And I let out a big breath and then started thinking of all the work I had to do that's waiting for me at home now that he's back at school. There's so much work to do. And I go to leave and then I remember this lady and I turn around and look at her and say, oh, are you going to be okay now? And she said, and she just had this look on her face and I said, look, would you prefer that I waited? And she said, oh, if you don't mind. Now my head is saying, oh my God, we can't wait. We've got work to do. Get home. But my heart said, sit down. And so sometimes you need to listen to your heart. So I sat down and I find out her name was Marjorie. And today Marjorie is going to visit her mum, who is 106 years old. Marjorie is 82. She goes on to tell me a story about her mum, how she came over on the boat from England when she was 5 and how she met her husband in North Queensland when she was working in the butter factory in the Daintree. And so I shared this 10 minutes with this lady, delighting me in all her stories about her sprightly mum and her brothers and the life that they had led here. And then her bus came and I got up and hailed a bus and I said goodbye to Marjorie and I thanked her. Now, you may be thinking I did something for her, but you see, Marjorie did something for me because as I left and hopped in the car, I noticed that I felt lighter. I was no longer feeling frazzled and upset and rushed. I felt light. I felt great. And so that's therapy right there. You see, the gift in extending your time to a stranger, offering a moment of kindness is in fact therapy for you when you do that. So the gift wasn't for Marjorie, the gift was for me. And it just, when I squint and look at that situation, it's like the universe put an angel in front of me to grab me and make me sit for a minute to transform my energy into a different place. And she gave me such a gift. And you see, there was no work to get to. In that moment, that was my work. That's what I was there to do in that moment. And I wonder how many moments like that we miss, moments that would be, in fact, moments of therapy for us. And that's through the connecting with each other in that heart space, being human beings, being human. That's what that's about. That's connection. Never underestimate the gifts in a chance encounter like that. Marjorie made my day.
Would you like a little bit more sparkle? Then you're invited to download a free poster at juliecross.com.au.